These days, finding a garden flat in North London on a tight budget is certainly a challenge.
And everyone's getting a bit hot under the collar.
Really, you don't comprehend it. She is really upset that
we
don't
there's
understand.
A parking bay,
yeah, but,
10 feet.
Yeah,
right.
but Phil, she doesn't want that.
This week we're in North London to find a new home for independently minded Laura Cream.
Laura's a passionate believer in that owning her own place is going to open up a whole new way of life.
For her, this has meant 10 years of sharing with her sister and saving up. But now she's on the starting blocks. She's raring to go, and it's down to us to put her plan into action.
I would love to have my own space, which I am entirely in control of. I can decorate however I like, I can invite whoever I like, I can not see whoever I like.
Laura might be itching for her independence now, but joining forces with her sister Julia 10 years ago and buying this 2-bedroom modern flat was a smart move.
In that time, it's tripled in price, and just 2 weeks after putting it up for sale, they accepted an offer of £235,000. Laura finally has enough capital to buy her own place. The time for shared living is over.
I don't have any regrets about having lived here the length of time I have. It's been a really great flat. I love it. I'm sorry to see it go. But now, I'm absolutely desperate to get out of here.
For Laura, this is big news.
It's fantastic for Laura, and it's going to give her a whole new way of life. And I mean, she lives with her sister at the moment. She's a grown-up. She's not living at home with her mum and dad. But your own flat, there's nothing like your own flat. You're the boss of every room.
You just love being the boss.
Yep, Phil's spot on. And it's Laura's ambition to become her own boss. She has worked in marketing, but with her own space, she wants to develop her paper marbling hobby into a business.
I mean, if I can produce this in my little kitchen in a 2-bed flat, if I've got a proper studio, then I know I can do a lot better than this as well.
In the third most expensive city in the world, wanting your own property and having it are two very different things.
They have an offer accepted on their flat and a date set for the move in 6 weeks' time.
I'm keen to get cracking. I need to make sure Laura's brief is realistic. She wants a 2-bedroom garden flat for £290,000. Nailing the right place is all about keeping your ear to the ground and making friends with the agents.
Looks like flirting to me. While Kirstie does whatever it takes to suss out the local market, I'm off to get a fuller brief from Laura. She's based in Tufnell Park, which is an area popular with young professionals, and is where she wants to stay.
Hi, Phil.
Laura, morning to you.
Come in.
Thank you very much. So this is home.
This is home.
For now.
Although purpose-built blocks like this might not have the charm of Victorian conversions, they have good proportions and generously sized bedrooms.
With its long lease and fresh feel, I'm not surprised that it sold quicker than other flats in the area. Though with her move-out deadline so close, we really need to get our skates on.
At the moment, Laura, this is the extent of your gardening up here.
This is it, yeah.
Long and short is we've got to get you down there.
Yeah, please get me down there.
Is there anything else that's an absolute must?
Definitely need 2 bedrooms because hoping to rent one out if I ever need to. Definitely all on one level. I can be flexible on whether there are a few steps here and there. Definitely able to park very close to the front door.
OK.
Laura has trouble with her hips, which sometimes makes walking difficult. So that's determined many of her criteria.
Mind you, in that Victorian conversion she wants, she might have to forget the dimensions of the large double bedrooms in her modern flat.
Finding her some space so she can focus on her paper marbling business is also a crucial part of the brief.
It's a realistic budget. There won't be lots to look at, that I assure you, but I'm confident.
Time to talk through the details with Kirstie, but it's not long before she's nipping my ear.
It's going to be a breeze this week, Kirst.
What on earth makes you think that 290 is all we've got?
No, that's a huge amount of money. We're in our patch, know it well.
Phil, it's not your patch. You come from South London where everything's dirt
Can't be
cheap.
that
Around here,
different.
290 is not going to buy you
Just
that much.
because you live around it, it's a bit posh.
No, it's not a bit posh. It's a bit pricey.
Honestly, Phil, sometimes you are the limit. This area might be packed with the Victorian terraces that Laura loves, but parking will prove a major problem. Also, the market might well be sluggish in general, but in her price bracket, it's rampant. My groundwork has shed light on other problems too.
2 bedrooms, ground floor, own garden, must not be split level. That means that she can only look at about 20% of what's available in the market. This does make things a little tricky.
Nothing's impossible, Kirst, but we are going to have to pull out all the stops. There are so many places to rule out on practicalities alone.
While Phil conducts the first viewing by himself, I'm continuing with the hunt. And for the record, you can do a lot worse than flirt with the agents.
Well, I've got high hopes for this first flat. It's in the very heart of Laura's favourite area, Tufnell Park. It has free parking outside, and though only a few minutes from local shops, it feels a million miles away from the busy streets and traffic Laura's so keen to escape from.
This is prime North London property stock, and these houses hold their value well. It's on the market for £299,950, 10k over Laura's budget.
But I'm certain there's room to negotiate.
I'm obviously still trying to work you out and tweak the brief because I need to be on the phone to Kirstie saying, no, cancel that, go and look at these sorts of things.
I love the feel of this street, and I feel safe, and it feels homely, and it feels welcoming.
It's a lovely flat. Let's go and have an explore.
This is a substantial conversion with the period details and charm that Laura is looking for.
The kitchen opens out into a large living room with great views of the street. The second bedroom is bright and could provide a good working space for Laura's marbling.
Steps from the master bedroom lead out towards a really lovely garden.
Fairly traditional layout, all on one level. Being on the raised ground floor, you've got a stunning bay window.
I think you could make it brighter as well, make it seem brighter. It's quite masculine in feel at the moment.
Along the corridor is the master bedroom with ensuite bathroom and the all-important second bedroom.
I'm going to be really interested to see how this compares in size with other things that you've looked at and what you've got in your mind's eye.
Probably, I would say it's on the smaller side.
You've been living in a modern property, and we're now looking at period properties, which means we're looking at converted properties, essentially, which means there's always going to be a slightly awkward room. Come and have a look out the back. There's no doubt that the garden's an excellent size for a small flat in this part of town.
This is a stunning property and ticks a lot of boxes.
It is beautiful. Lots of things about it are right, but I'm just not sure the space is there.
So you like it, but
I like it, but possibly for someone else.
Ooh, that hurts. This is a beautiful flat in her perfect area.
But she is going to have to try and forget the dimensions of her more modern flat.
This was one of the best places out of over 30 viewings. While Laura has a final look around, it's time to check in with Kirstie.
Is that all on one level? Could work, could work. Let's put it in the mix. We need all we can at the moment.
One of my contacts has come up trumps. I've been given a tip-off about a place that's not even on the market yet. So I'm off to meet Phil and Laura.
This flat's in Archway, a short distance from Tufnell Park. Its leafy back streets are one of the most recent areas in North London to come in for a real overhaul.
But there are still bargains to be had. Buying here would be a smart investment. And when it's finished, this flat will be on the market for £280,000. There's soon to be a residence parking scheme implemented in the area, and it could be the place for Laura to let her imagination run riot.
So the Archway tube is literally 2 minutes walk that way, so from a transport perspective, this couldn't be better.
This ground floor flat has been stripped back to basics, and seeing it at this stage in the development is a great opportunity.
If Laura wanted this flat, she could have it completed to entirely her own specification. It's all on one level inside, with the 2 bedrooms towards the rear.
Though the garden is on the small side, it's got the potential to be a lovely outdoor space running off from the kitchen.
And you can see straight away that it's very unfinished.
It's a blank canvas at the moment, and I think it could make a fantastic first home.
It's a chance to use your creativity, your imagination into the carpets or the wooden floors or what goes up on the walls in the kitchen, in the bathroom. Laura, how do you feel about looking around a flat in this condition?
It's not a problem, and I've always said I was happy to take on work. I like using my imagination.
But you've got to think it's worth taking on the work, and Laura doesn't seem very fired up about this place yet. She's keeping pretty quiet.
If you ended up liking this, you would get a flat that's got new windows, new plumbing, new electrics, the works. Kirstie always pulls me out when I say maintenance free. It's not maintenance free, but it's maintenance reduced heavily.
But would I have any space?
We're back here again. She's refusing to let go of the dimensions of her modern flat.
It's all very well Phil and I going on about this being a good buy, but unless we can persuade Laura of that...
You're the one that knows your use of space. If you can afford to go with something because it's got that extra space and you know you're going to be spending so much time in your home that extra space really personally benefits you, then we should skedaddle.
We should probably skedaddle.
Okay, cool.
Not so cool, Kirstie. Laura's dismissed both of the properties on space alone. If it's a 2-bed flat with dimensions to die for, plus parking, plus garden she wants, we're going to have to stretch the brief and a bit of patience.
For our next property, we're going off-brief. It's in Kentish Town, and there are great amenities right on the doorstep. But there's no getting away from it. It's on a busy old road.
But we think behind the front door, this spacious flat more than makes up for its immediate location.
It's a bit of a change from where we've just come from. What are your thoughts about the road?
I know this road well and I use it a lot, and like I know the people, the shopkeepers, they're very friendly. There's quite a community feel. So the downside though is double deckers.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is a big major route going down to King's Cross.
That may well be true, but there's no way I'm going to let Laura be put off by the exterior.
This property is an absolute gem with buckets of charm and period details. With its own front door, this is the largest flat we've seen so far.
It's been immaculately done up and well cared for, with a brand new kitchen already in place.
The second bedroom is a great size and could easily be rented out. And there's a fantastic shed in the garden which is just begging to be converted into an artist studio for Laura's paper marbling business.
Shared living would feel a million miles away.
There is a residence parking bay directly outside, though on this busy road she would be competing with other people to use it.
But it looks like there's the possibility of off-road parking. This would involve negotiation with the council and with the neighbours. But at first glance, it's encouraging to see a precedent has already been set in the street.
On the market for $299,950, it is at the top of Laura's budget, but I'm certain there's a deal to be struck.
Now, I am wildly enthusiastic about this sitting room.
I love the high ceilings.
It's got a fantastic high ceiling.
Yeah.
It's got that really pretty, small, but I think very striking fireplace. What's your first impression?
It's really good so far, also
Right.
because I'm excited about the thought of having a parking space.
Yeah.
That just makes me think, yeah.
Sociable kitchen, it's a big kitchen. In good nick, plenty of storage space. Great to have your friends round.
Perfect.
It is. Perfect's a good word. I can live with perfect.
And what about this for garden?
It's a fantastic size.
In fact, it's so vast that it happily houses this huge shed with excellent potential to be the dream studio for Laura's paper marbling.
You were talking earlier about having a workshop was
Yeah.
the sort of fantasy. That was the end goal.
Yeah.
With this, could you see it happening here?
Completely. I mean, I like the idea of having it separate from the house, so it's a complete extension.
To be able to have a studio down here would be fantastic. It would certainly kickstart her business ambitions and it would add value to the flat.
Having the studio frees up the second bedroom to be just that, either a guest bedroom or a rental opportunity.
And obviously the master bedroom at the back enjoys the view of the garden.
It's quite difficult to get a sense of the scale because that is just
It's just
so
huge.
enormous.
It's so enormous. It's ridiculous. You really need a built-in cupboard here, which goes up to the ceiling, is painted white.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Sort
is
of
a
blends in with the
great,
room a bit.
big, light-absorbing horror.
It seemed to me that this ticks so many of the boxes.
It definitely does, and there's an extra one that I hadn't really thought of. I'd said I wanted a quiet residential street, but having all the newsagent on my doorstep, I mean, I would be able to walk. I wouldn't have to take the car to get the newspaper to buy a pint of milk, which makes me that bit more independent.
This is brilliant, our first real contender. But my worry is that there's no guarantee we'll secure the off-street parking. Plus, she's always said she wants to live on a quiet, leafy street, and I'm determined to find her one.
Okay, see you there.
So our final property could change everything. By branching out into a whole new area, I think we can fulfil all of Laura's criteria.
We're going 8 miles west to Queen's Park. This area has always been something of a hidden gem. It's like a village in the capital.
There's everything on offer here. A real sense of community, open green spaces and quiet leafy streets with plenty of available parking.
But all this comes at a price. This flat is on the market for $309,950. Though Laura's top budget is $290, I'm confident this price is negotiable.
Laura showed herself to be canny in property by buying with her sister all those years ago. I think investing in this area is a great opportunity.
Right, in you come.
At its end of terrace, there's an extra window, which means the front room is flooded with light.
The kitchen leads out onto the garden, and the second bedroom is a really good size.
The master bedroom is quite simply stunning, with French windows that open onto the outside space where there's plenty of scope for Laura to create her own ideal garden.
It's a very, very nice flat. Beautifully presented. Immediate impressions?
Very light. I mean, it is a beautiful sunny day.
Honestly, Laura, are you excited about being in a new area?
Yeah, I am. I did feel exciting driving up to somewhere I didn't know, definitely.
I mean, this is the most expensive flat we are seeing. Have a look around it, see what you think. And I'm a great believer in just offering what you've got, offering what's available. You've not lost a penny if you make an offer on something. And I think that's the thing you have to hold on to. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you look around and you like it, chance you're on.
Okay, show me more.
Second bedroom. This we're a bit smug about.
Because?
Because you can definitely fit a double bed in this bedroom.
Yeah, you can.
Now this obviously is the master bedroom.
It's beautiful. Feels like a seaside cottage.
It does, really does. It's a lovely, lovely
Tranquil,
room.
peaceful, light, and access to the garden.
I think this is a good outdoor space. It's not as green as some of the gardens we've seen, but it's very pretty.
But despite all its charms, I'm not sure Laura's loving it.
It's a beautiful flat. I've been trying to put the other one out of my mind as I look round, but I'm not managing it. It's hard to beat.
That's a
It
great
is hard
point.
to beat.
Can we go back there?
Of course we can go back there.
There's no holding her back now. Of the 4 places we've seen, it's the flat on the busy road Laura's fallen for.
After 10 years of sharing and saving, this is a major decision for Laura. And there's some serious work for Phil and I to do.
There's already a residence parking bay immediately outside, but Laura's desperate to know whether she could use the front garden as her own off-street parking space.
This means getting permission to drop the curb. While Phil puts in a call to the council, we're off to check out the benefits of that busy road.
This is incredibly handy to have. What kind of difference would this make to your life?
Complete transformation. Might be the biggest change, apart from losing the stairs.
So a flat that we nearly didn't show you because of the busy road is the one and represents the most complete transformation of your life.
That I wouldn't have thought of.
It's fantastic that the local shops will open up everything for Laura.
But we're off to a bad start with the council.
So you're saying it's not impossible, but it would take time? Or you're saying it's pretty unlikely?
There's no guarantee of permission to drop the curb to allow for off-street parking, even though there's a precedent down the street. And there's another problem.
The immediate area outside the front door is communally owned by the whole building. So you wouldn't be able to put your own private parking space there, I'm afraid.
Well, my heart's gone through the floor because if I can't park, then I don't feel ready to put in an offer, to be honest.
This is so frustrating for Laura because in every other way this flat is perfect for her. There has to be some way forward.
We're contacting all the neighbours and pressing on with the council, but this is going to take time.
It's impossible to get a firm answer today.
Well, her whole attitude to this flat has been completely changed.
There is a parking bay opposite.
Yeah, Phil, you don't understand. I don't think you comprehend the nature of her problem. Really, you don't comprehend it. She is really upset that we don't understand.
There's a parking bay 10 feet away.
Yeah, but Phil, she doesn't want that. She only wants it if she can park outside the front. Anyone can park.
We're not going to find out today. Policy is no. They will come and do a site visit next week. It can take up to 20 weeks.
This is a potential disaster for Laura. We can't afford to wait 5 months for an answer. She's moving out in less than 6 weeks and this place isn't going to hang around for long.
We've got to keep her focused and stay positive about the parking issue. With the precedent set here, I'm certain it can be sorted.
You know how conservative local authorities are. They always say things like, well, we need 20 weeks to make the decision. But they make decisions sooner. I mean, my experience in life is that it is about pushing and pushing and pushing. This is the right flat for you. I'm not letting go of that. Not without a major, major full-on fight.
But there's no need for fighting talk if Laura isn't confident about this property. We can reassure her about parking, but she also needs to have another good look around.
It offers a brilliant opportunity to kickstart her independent life. But has this drama deterred her?
If I could wave a magic wand and get the parking issue sorted out, do you still feel as you did this morning that this is the flat for you?
Yeah. I now can't imagine finding something better.
Laura's clear she does not want to let the flat go. She's prepared to fight for the parking and make an offer. Now we've got to get it for the right price.
It's on the market for 50 quid shy of 300 grand. Laura's maximum budget is £290,000. So as ever, tactics are going to be crucial.
I think £5,000 needs to be held back.
I think 285 is the right value for the flat. It's how we end up there.
How would you feel about going with 284?
I would be happy to go at 284, but I would be slightly afraid of being pushed to 286. I just think let's get the whole thing bundled up. Okay. Let's go in at 285, explain exactly why we're doing it.
She wants to go her own way. Let's go with 285 then. Let's just do it.
Matthew, hi, it's Kirstie, Allsopp. We're not putting our first foot forward. We're jumping in with both feet at 285,000.
This has got to work. If this offer's rejected, there's nothing else in the pot to negotiate with.
Thanks so much. Okay, brilliant. Bye.
And when do you think he'll come back to us?
She's away. I wouldn't have thought it would be this evening.
Laura's found the flat she loves, but it looks like we're going to be on tenterhooks until the morning.
Or so we thought.
Matthew. All right, I'm okay. How are you? Yeah, okay, fantastic. He said, we've got a deal.
Fantastic.
I thought I'd have to wait at least overnight and not sleep, and thank you.
It's a pleasure. I would say any time. Oh, that's my mum.
A wonderful result in the end. We have managed to secure the off-street parking.
It just shows if you pursue what you want, you can achieve your goals.